Hey guys, what's up? It's Mike. So hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm sitting in the parking lot again, which it's been a couple weeks since my last video in a parking lot. In the same one, they actually demolished the building now. There's a new building going up, and it's a beautiful sunny day. Just sat a couple hours at Starbucks looking for jobs. So, which is quite ironic since my last video in this parking lot was about looking for jobs and, you know, persistence and all of that. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing now. So anyways, just wanted to make a little video again today because, you know, finished up job searching and applying, and I wanted to make another one because why not? You know, I haven't been posting that. Well, see, the problem is my internet. It's getting throttled and I literally cannot like upload anything, so hopefully this upload goes up. Anyways, today's topic will be about my ketamine experience because I was thinking, you know, what else can I talk about that might be very interesting, and I said screw it. So there's the Starbucks worker that's staring at me, or she's smoking her cigarette, which is understandable, which no, I think she's just observing the surroundings. There we go. It's the third option, which I understand, you know. So anyways, my ketamine experience was a couple months back. I've never tried ketamine before, and I said screw it, you know, why not? Let's do it. It's going to be my first associative at the Star Wars premiere. Well, it wasn't the premiere, it was a couple nights after it because everyone was super excited about Star Wars. I've never seen a Star Wars before, so, you know, apart from the fact that I was completely drugged up, I also was very confused because I've never seen any before. I had no idea who the characters were. I mean, it was a decent movie, I think. I don't know exactly because all I remember is right before the Kung Fu Panda. It was like the second one or some whatever, you know, whatever the latest Kung Fu Panda one is. Right before that trailer, I opened up my little baggie and I said screw it and snorted very loudly. I can't remember how much it was, but it was enough to blast me into a K-hole. I think it was, you know, 250, although I don't know, I can't really say from the bottom of my heart that it was exactly that because I just simply cannot remember. It's been quite a long time. But anyways, so I snorted enough just to get me into a K-hole, and the K-hole experience was very interesting because, you see, I remember just losing a sense of everything. From what my friends told me, on the outside I was sitting like this, you know, for the whole time. Well, my eyes were sort of open, and I sort of was able to see what was going on in the movie, but right before entering, like, I just felt like I was part of the movie. And honestly, this is one of those experiences that I can literally just say it's interesting, and I can't really delve too much further into the details because I simply just cannot find words to explain exactly how it was. Like, there's certain substances that you have trouble explaining what's going on exactly, but this would probably be on the upper end of things where it's just you have to kind of experience it yourself, because not only A, does everyone have a slightly different experience, but B, it's really just, I'm not quite sure about it. It's different than everything else out there. I mean, you disassociate, of course, and it also depends on whether you go into a K-hole or not, but once you're in a K-hole, you lose track of time, obviously. And I thought I was part of the movie. Like, I was floating around and I thought I was part of it, sort of. Like, it's difficult to explain. I knew that I wasn't part of it, but I just lost all sense of reality. I kept seeing sort of like this light above me, like, because the movie lights or whatever, I sort of kept seeing that spinning around. And I was just really numb to everything for like a solid 30 minutes. It lasts up to an hour, I believe. I had obvious after effects, but everything's turned robotic. Everything turned slow motion, and all this sounds and noises, it's sort of sounded metallic and electronic and, you know, just fake, like man-made. And it was just super cool in a way. I wasn't really that scared. I mean, there was some paranoia, some anxiety towards the beginning because this was a fear of the unknown. However, it was very interesting because like I said, I've never really felt anything like this before. I mean, on marijuana, on LSD, on Molly, on all the other stuff that I take, and it's just, this was weird. It was strange, but I certainly wouldn't say that I didn't enjoy it. It's just, it's kind of like the short version. Like, it all depends. If you take a small amount, it's similar to cocaine because it numbs you and it makes you feel a little bit of euphoria, I mean, for some people. But if you take a large amount, it's kind of like an out-of-body experience with psychedelics. You just are gone. You're absolutely gone, and you wish you could explain everything to your friends, but on the outside you seem just like a normal, well, sort of like a normal person. You're just sitting and you can't really move. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't even feel my legs. They were gone completely, like, and of course everything sort of seemed brighter, and colors were enhanced. Everything sort of seemed to go to my senses a little bit easier. And then that was kind of my first experience. It didn't last too long. I was super confused when I finally regained my senses back towards the second part of the movie, because I sort of can't remember anything. Like, I just remember certain tidbits of it, and like the explosions in the desert, or them running away in the ship, or certain characters saying something, but that's about it. Like, I was just gone, blacked out for certain periods of time, which is okay, I understand, part of the experience. The second time I tried it, I tried it a couple more times, because, so I bought a gram. I must have taken 250 the first time, and then every other time was a little less, because I didn't want a K-hole. I took a little bit at the gym, and I was still able to work out and do weights, and everything sort of was okay. It sort of gave me the giggles a little bit, especially the day after using it. It definitely gave me the giggles. I was kind of retarded at the gym. Let's see, I took it later with a friend at a concert. He experienced a sense of being, everything seemed to flow. It definitely does mute things. Like, at the concert, music seemed to be much, much less louder than it should have been, and it seemed very distant. You were far away. Like, all I can say about the floating is when you're floating above, you lose, it's like you move into third person mode and you're farther away from everything, but you still sort of have a sense of what's going on up until the K-hole, when you fully lose sense of everything. Let's see, and it sucks because of the drip in your nose and your mouth, and it burns to snort it. However, I wouldn't want to IV it, just because, like, I'd be afraid. I don't know, I'm afraid of IVing stuff. Anyways, it was a very interesting experience overall with ketamine. Would I recommend it? I'm not quite sure. I'd only recommend it to people who were very curious like me, because I'm a curious individual and have tried different substances before it, because I wouldn't say it'd be the perfect substance to try firsthand, just because it could be overwhelming to certain individuals. Of course, you have to play it safe and you have to measure your doses correctly. At the time of doing it, I knew exactly, almost exactly how much I was taking. You have to be safe with that stuff because you never know. There's potential for addiction with this substance, and obviously overdoses at higher levels, so you want to just be careful, especially with IVing. But overall, it was a very interesting experience. It is costly though, so I wouldn't probably do it. But the one good thing for it is it could be mixed with other things, and it can help with pain. Like, after the long hours of dancing on Molly, a little bit of K could help with back pain and neck pain, and the feelings, the bad feelings in your legs and your muscles all around. But anyways, I wouldn't say it's perfect for music just because of the muting and further effect. And if you take too much, you don't want to be like fully stuck in a K-hole because you wouldn't be dancing at all. But it does help with depression, as of lately it's been proven, and it does help with certain spiritual thoughts. It all depends. The after effects are quite nice. They make you giggle. They make you, you might enjoy music, electronic music a little bit. I definitely enjoyed electronic music in bed when I took it, Dead Mouse and that's about it for today's video. So I wish I could explain it more, but it's a very interesting substance, and peace, namaste.